Welcome to the Openly Honest podcast, where the truth may not set you free.
But it's damn sure gonna keep you openly honest. I'm Yvette,
I'm Janiyah.
and let's keep it openly honest, baby.
Spoiler alert! We are women.
Yes.
And we got a mommy takeover today.
Yes, so I am John's wife, aka the Juice wife.
I am Jason's whole half. I'm just gonna not a better half, better whole, his wife.
And my baby girl is here, so if you hear anything, that's my daughter. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so everywhere I am, my daughter is, so.
Yeah, so there's no days off. 80 to 68.
So let's start off, how many kids do you have? And their ages?
You gonna go all the way there? Huh? Well, contrary to my devilishly good looks, I have 4 kids. 5 when their dad wants to be one, but generally 4. A 9-year-old, Alasia. You said when you got kids, you don't remember. I'm trying to remember. Jace is 2, and twins, Jonah and Jeremiah, who are 1. And 3 boys and 1 girl.
And I have one daughter who is 11 months. She'll be 1 next month. Yeah, which is her God.
All the above, the world going on right now with protection in general. We just love the children. That's where we got with it.
So today we're going to be talking about being a stay-at-home mom. The things that we go through.
The highs, the lows.
Yes, and my good husband is our engineer today. So you probably hear
Juice man himself.
So you probably hear his voice. Welcome to the show, Zamora.
But our first guest. And girl.
She's like, oh, what the mic? So do you have any first questions for us?
Yeah, stay-at-home moms, huh?
Yeah.
It's all right. But happy to have y'all on the podcast this time. Running the show. Me and Jason, taking a break. Got a little vacation. But now we're talking about the topic of stay-at-home moms. So, how was the decision made with both of you guys to be a stay-at-home mom? How was the decision made? What was the topic of conversation? What was the conversation like?
I guess I'll start.
Go ahead.
At first, I was going to go back to work. And as time got closer, John, he had got a new job. And it kind of contradicted with the schedule. So her being so little, we didn't feel comfortable with her being in daycare. Because all this stuff going on in daycare, you hear all these stories. And I'm like, I wish somebody would. Cause,
I'm not the one.
Right.
I will fight. Everybody.
So it was actually, I believe my husband brought it up, but it was a mutual agreement that for now that I will be a stay-at-home mom, and until she got 1, and she's about to.
And that's how you're approaching. As life goes, something always seems to.
Yes. So that's how the decision made. It was a mutual agreement. It wasn't like it wasn't like me being like I'm gonna
stay home, go work, go get 17 jobs, and get
right. Exactly. I actually was looking forward to go back to work. Kind of, and I was like, well, I'm gonna miss my baby, but it was mutual. So how was your decision made to be?
Well, I had 2 pregnancies, but ours was, with Jace, we never really had a conversation. Before I got pregnant, somehow, through circumstances or whatever, I was already off work. Mm-hmm. So my whole pregnancy with Jace, I was already off work, and then it wasn't until he was approaching 2 months that I was like, oh, my finances should about to get a little iffy. So I kid you not, I had Jace on March 30th. It was a Thursday. By Tuesday, I'm already at home. I'm like, all right, I gotta find some jobs. I gotta go get it. I gotta figure out something. Somebody come through. And so by the grace of God, the day he turned 2 months, they called me going back to work. Oh, wow. So Jason ended up being a stay-at-home dad. Well, no, technically not really. He just stayed home with him during the daytime when I went to work. But with the twins, I had high risk pregnancy, so it was we kind of had that conversation of, well, I worked with them until I was like 6.5 months. And then school year ended or whatever. So we had a conversation about, okay, what are we going to do moving forward? Because, childcare and everything else. So we had the mutual agreement of like, okay, you're already high risk or whatever. So, you stay home and then I'll go to work and, whatever case may be. We never had no when it was going to end or anything. It was like, we're just going to fly by night. Like, see what happens each day. And then here we are, a year and a half later. It's like, I'm like, I'm getting that itch, so it's time to.
Yeah, I get it because it's like when we had an agreement to be like, okay, when she's 1, I'm like, oh my god, like 1 is like next month, right? And I'm just like, I'm still not ready to learn.
Yeah. So. It sounds deep like I got 365 days, and on that 363rd day, you're like, wait a minute, somebody stole my time. You look at the couch, like, what happened?
Right.
It goes by so quick.
What are the mental and physical stressors and the financial effects of being a stay-at-home mom to you guys?
Baby,
you can start that.
So let's get over mental and physical first, because I know y'all. Yeah, go ahead.
All my life I've been right here. Okay, I'm just gonna start with that one. But no, really, I think physically for me, it's just like one of those things where it's like being a mom, there's no clock out. So I'm finding myself trying to figure out, maybe it's something in the way I need to eat, but I'm constantly like tired. You just like constantly run, like in my sleep. I wake up like I'm supposed to be doing it. Like thinking I'm hearing kids crying and like I'm all over the place. So it's like physically it's kind of draining sometimes, especially when they get into that stage of running around and everything like that. But I get my exercises. I be hitting the stairs and trying to, get a little derriere in the back. So I'll be trying to hit the stairs, running after them. But it's highs and lows with it. Mentally.
So you have twins now, but did your mental stress go up more since when you just had Jace? Like, or is it the same you feel?
I think it heightened. Well, I feel like I never, since, Jace is 2 and the twins are 1, it seemed like I didn't really have a break. So you have your first kid, you have that first, do our first and everything together. But half the time when he was doing this first, I was pregnant. So I'm like, I'm exhausted. Okay. And then the thought of having twins on my every day I woke up, I'm like, I go from 2 kids to 4. And I'm trying to do the math, it's just not. So my stress was over the moon. And so I'm trying to slowly coast down now with trying to get a routine. And I learned that's the most important thing, having a routine.
Right.
With them. It was
yeah, I can say the mental part is it's mentally draining, I can say, because it's like...
Do you think mentally or physically is harder?
Oh, man. But the mental thing, I mean, how can I say it? It's like the mental thing, it's not I can't even say how, we're with them 24/7, no matter what. Yeah. So it's just not saying that it's a burden, but when
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's when you have a job, you get breaks.
Yeah, you have that time to kind of refresh your mind. Even when you go to the bathroom, you got that knocking on the door.
Right,
can I
have some free time? No.
I'm trying to fight.
So mentally, I can say it's kind of it's high, the mental part, because it comes with if you're dealing with depression and you have to deal with a kid, or
it's just those things you don't want what you're going through to fall on the kid. So it's you try to put on that mask for that, but it's when do you actually get that time to deal with it?
Exactly. So, it's they're not the problem.
No, it's I got my own
stuff. And so I would say the mental part of it is really hard to get through every day. And I can see for you, because I only have 1, and it's hard. But for you to have 4, I can see that mental stress is probably way up.
Yeah. So how was it for you guys financially? Did you guys come in with a plan of you figure out the quote unquote household duties, and then he figure out the finances, bring the finances, and you make it work, or how did you guys do
Okay, so even before we had Zamora, we already had I was the one okay, John, you focus on the rent. I will focus on the stuff inside the house, light bill, whatever, that. So when I was on maternity, which worked out good for me, because I work at a school district, you get that. I was off in March, and then our school ended in June. But so I had maternity leave, and then I had baby bonnet time after, so it was stretched out. But so I still had income coming in, so it was still it was still
the same
you
show.
Gonna do this right.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when I was okay, I can't go back to work. Like, I ain't gonna have no money.
Yeah, the
I was
first
just
one, like,
whoa, it's like getting real.
and like the walls start crushing. I'm like, oh, is it hot in here?
Right, so that's when we actually had to have a conversation. Like, okay, John, you have to pay all the bills,
Yeah.
like every single one, like, and they it was nothing but God to make you like as much as John made. It was like He can cover everything.
Yeah.
So which is like a blessing. But there's some months like, okay, like how we gonna
Maneuver.
pay this?
Yeah,
How we
like this
gonna-
is gonna. We have to put a certain amount of this can't get paid off, or like
Right.
you got to cut back on certain things. And
Right. So it wasn't until then that's when we had the conversation. Like, okay, this is what's gonna have
Yeah.
to go.
So I think with our situations, like from the gate, me and Jason split everything down. Like it'd be the last penny. I'm like, well, I split the last penny last month, so
Right.
you know you better check it at 23 cents. So it was like ours, but we already knew like everything, the slice and half. But then it got to a point to where like my money, I'm already looking at myself. It's like I moved out at 18, so all I know is like to provide.
Mm-hmm.
And he coming from the same environment, but now it's like, we had to stop being single-minded and think like, oh no, we for real are married, huh? So we for real gotta do this together. It's like, okay, all right, well let's sit down. It's like, how much you got? Oh, wait a minute, let me see. So, it's like, it was one of those awkward but needed conversations.
Right.
But it was like, once we got everything on the table and got a flow for things, my whole thing was like, I never wanted to be those people who put like roles on stuff.
Right.
It was like, okay, we're gonna take care of the rent together, this bill, that bill. So you don't know, I'm not coming, I'm blindsided.
Mm-hmm.
Where all the money's going, type deal like that. But once it got to the point where it's like he paying for everything, it was like,
Yeah, because for me, like you said, like I'm used to like, okay, I got my own money.
yeah, it's like,
I'm gonna do-
I was got
right.
like, you can't do that, but you can't do that. I got something to cut in the back pocket.
Right, so it's like I've never, how can I say, it's not that I don't, it's not a pride, but I've never had to ask
You never had to
somebody.
depend on somebody.
Right,
So
so
it's
now
a whole different
exactly.
thing.
So now I'm like, dang, like,
Like how you like? Do you really need that? You be over there, pepper, like you really need that?
Right.
I must go ask. Like, no, you need to go. Dog.
right. And then sometimes I do get in my head and I feel bad because like I'm not helping financially. Like sometimes I'm like, cause I was so used to doing that. Sometimes I feel bad and I'm like, wait, hold on, like I'm watching.
But you contributed more.
Exactly.
You can't put a price on what you contribute.
Exactly.
That's why I had to tell myself, I'm like, I'm not used to this. How I maneuver. I'm like, but look what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You make sure this house is done. You make sure that people fed. You know more about everybody in this house. They know about themselves. So
right,
it's like,
exactly.
you can't put a price on what you contribute as being a stay-at-home mom. So we have a statistic
Okay.
talking about finances and things of them sorts. Did you know, for a limited time, if there was a such thing as putting a price on being a stay-at-home mom, what it would be? Take a wild guess.
Shoot.
It's staggering.
Um,
I don't even want you to sell yourself short saying number. So, according to the New York Post, the study that they did, survey.com, or salary.com, I'm sorry, they said that a new survey gathered a handful of jobs that reflect the day-to-day life of a mom. And estimated that a median annual salary for a stay-at-home mother would be $162,581.
That's a bull.
The men who might be asking why, okay? They say that researchers found out that stay-at-home moms take on a bunch of hybrid roles, including education, executive housekeeping, facilities, director, interior design, and tax accounting, staffing nurse, cook, clean,
Yeah. Oh,
everything. Being a plumber, I just had to plunge her out a whole bunch of tissue, sneak it out. For my son, wanted to put the whole roll, I had to be a plumber. And then I had to go and be a nurse because the doctor's over there throwing up on the floor. And then I had to come back and be a referee because the twins wanted to fight. Okay? So, when they think about the numbers, think about why. Okay? And they said that, I guess that amount has been rising. In 2016, they had it at 143,000. And in 2017, they had it at 157,000. So it's like slowly climbing. Slowly rising. So it's like,
because people like staying at home mom is not a vacation whatsoever.
no, that's myth number one.
It's not. it's not a vacation.
It's not, you can stay home all day with the kids. Like, first off, who wants to be in a house confined with children all day? My husband does it for a couple hours, and he be looking like one of them lost kids looking out the window like, where you said you're coming. Like, every minute is jet. Like, so, it is not, it ain't how they make it crank up it seem like, no, I don't get to wake up at noon and roll over and stretch like a Folgers commercial. No.
You on your kids' time. It's like you don't have your own time.
There's no such thing. You got an alarm clock that's just like waiting for you.
Right.
Like,
I'm like,
yeah.
dang.
And then one of the twins figured out a way to hop out of his crib.
No.
Rennie, of course, in his
He would
all
be
his
the one.
ingenuity,
He would be the one.
he wakes up and then he goes open Jake's door, and then they both come in here. And one's on me, and one's like, "Wow, wake up!" And the other's like, him in the face, and then JoJo's just alarm clock yelling. So it's so much fun all the time. So no, it's not a vacation, and if so, when do we go back to work?
Right, like what?
No.
I mean, it's a joy waking up, like, God bless you with kids.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a joy. But
Yes.
as far as like being a stay-at-home mom, like, it's not a vacation.
There's no days off. It's like that what was that NyQuil commercial when it was like, yes, our Dave can't come in today.
Oh,
Like, every day. Like, you happy, sad, but it's like they are a blessing. One of those things when you get in those dark places, they bring you up, or financially when you're stressed out about it, it brings you up. So there are good things to it.
Like, they the one, like, for me, Zamora, when I was in my, like, deepest depression, like, when I thought of her, I was like, okay, I have to keep on. Like, I have to pull this together. Yeah. All right, so even though the wives are taking over, you guys still get to see John's rant, I Got the Juice, and it's coming up right now.
Welcome to I Got the Juice. Today, my rant is about hygiene. I ain't got no juice. I got this water since this coronavirus going around. I ain't trying to catch nothing. So I'm going to be very hygienic and drink that agua. Ooh, refreshing. Anyway, today's rant is about hygiene. And I'm really sick and tired of y'all people not being very hygienic. This coronavirus going around, y'all not washing your hands. Y'all probably don't wash your ass either. But that's another story for another day. But one thing I know y'all don't do, or I've been hearing y'all been doing, is wearing the same underclothes when you got clean ones. Now, let me tell y'all something. You shouldn't put on dirty drawers the next day when you got clean drawers in your drawer. That's not sanitary. That's you need your ass whooped. Simple as that. For y'all that's brushing your teeth, or no, that's flossing instead of brushing your teeth. Some people do both. You should do both, but flossing instead of brushing your teeth. Look, I gotta be aware of your cough, your sneeze. Now I gotta be aware of just your breath. That ain't even right. So please, brush your teeth, floss as well. Mouthwash is not a substitution. If you're gonna use that, use all three, not just one. Okay? Please. And gum and mint, let's look here. For y'all that's waking up in a rush and saying, hey, I gotta go to work, let me pop this mint. Nah, bro. That mint lasts 5 minutes. Your breath still stinks. Please take a traveler's toothbrush, some toothpaste, something, put it in your car. Nobody wanna be smelling your breath out here. I got love for some people, but I can't talk to y'all. It's just not right. And for the ones that think y'all are natural and not wearing deodorant, your mama ain't raised you right. She don't really like you. I'm just letting you know that right now. Because women and men, y'all need deodorant. Ain't no just I'm natural out here. You naturally stink. That's what it is. Okay? So please, brush your teeth, floss, use mouthwash if you need to. You should. Put on clean underclothes, drawers, socks, bras, whatever. Use deodorant. Please. We just trying to protect ourselves out here. And I'm trying to protect myself because I don't feel like smelling all that. This is my I Got the Juice rant. Be cool.
All right, so that was I Got the Juice. Hope you guys enjoyed John's rant about hygiene.
I would make you think a little bit about, certain areas of your body, Twice,
Right.
brush twice, things like
Yeah,
that.
floss,
You're right.
All right, so engineer today, is any more questions?
Things that your spouse doesn't really fully understand about being a stay-at-home mom. What is
One thing that my
Celebrate.
husband, one thing my my husband, I think he's now kind of getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I be pushing it on him, but is that like when he comes home from work, I need a break.
Yeah.
And
Take a break.
yeah, and he was like, I just got in the door, like okay,
Like, I just woke up. I just came out the
I
bathroom.
just got up for work. Like, well, welcome to parenting, homeboy. No, but no, really, like I look forward to John come home, and so does the more when he walks through the door.
Yeah, like kids light
Yeah.
up. They hear
So
him coming up the steps.
I'm like, here, daddy, like go, you know. But I just need like a breather. That's
yeah,
it.
you
Like,
just
let
need
me,
like to cleanse a little bit. Like even
Exactly.
if you go to the bathroom or walk down the block, let me go check the mail real quick.
right.
Like,
Let me
you
wash
need
these
some type
dishes
of
while you
release.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I know that John really didn't understand beforehand, and I feel like now he probably getting it, but
Yeah.
so.
That makes sense. It's like one of those learned things.
Mhm.
I think, well, let's see. I wrote down so many of them. Let me narrow. Mm.
Yeah, girl.
It is not a competition. Fathers, mothers, any stay-at-home person. It is not a competition. If I'm a stay-at-home mama, please understand that I done changed about 27 diapers. 17 of them was poop.
Come on,
37 of them was, you know,
Preach,
pee.
sister.
You know. So when you come in, you change. You get don't let them get 2 in a row. I already changed them. Like no, it doesn't work that way,
Thank
sir.
you.
It doesn't
And I
work
can
that
tell you,
way.
John does that too.
Yeah.
John does that too. Like for instance too, like I'll be like, okay, you change your diaper? I just changed it. Okay, and I
Okay,
changed
and
16.
it's-
I
Okay,
changed 16.
I ran out of numbers. Like I ran out of fingers.
Right. I even do that like for the weekend too. Like if I get up Monday through Friday to get her out of
Yeah.
bed, you can do it on the weekends.
I ain't thinking. I ain't even thought to
Like
implement
I, like we
that.
hear some more. I'm like John, like you gonna get her? Nah, you
Nah,
can get her.
bruh.
I get her Monday through Friday.
Yep, me and Jason better be in there. Like no, you hear them. Get up. Get up. Or I just do a drop off. I just come drop a kid and you're supposed to do it.
Right. I'm like, you know, she'll be excited to see you come in the morning. Or something.
You know that money does not compensate for time.
Thank
It
you.
does not
Thank
compensate
you.
for you being there. Being an active parent is being there, and when they're sick, when they're well, when they're happy, when they're sad. Throwing money at situations, it doesn't
The
display for everybody.
kids don't know what
They don't care about any of that.
They don't remember time if you
Exactly.
was there. Which, you know what I'm
Memories.
saying?
And like our first kid, we would go like any parent. You know, you go spend a whole bunch of money on toys or whatever.
Right.
I kid you not, Elijah would take the string from out of the toy and they don't care, you know, about anything. And I'm like, well, forget it. Let me get a piece of string
Right.
too, and we gonna wiggle with it, like
Right.
you know. It's like, and you have to be there and make those memories because when your kid look back and ask, you know, where was you at? What can you say? Oh, I was at work. I was at work, and I was at work. At your recital, you was there, but you was on the phone. Like,
Yeah.
it's that time that you can't get back. And it's like, I think that's where an advantage of being a stay-at-home mom, you get to see all those precious moments. You know, there are certain things that you're going to know about your kid that your spouse isn't going to know.
Right.
You know, Jason's like, even though he trying to act like he don't know the difference between twins, like, clearly one look like me, one look like him, you know, what's going on. So those would be like, you know, well, this one like that. No, he doesn't like that. You know, apples or oranges.
Uh-huh.
He tried to give Remy an apple. Like, Remy doesn't like the apples. Joe doesn't like the apples, and Remy likes oranges. I know he likes it. I'm like, all right. He gave Remy an apple. He act like old hillbilly. He biting that apple, spitting all across. And I'm like, you know, that's why if you were, you know, when you're around them, you'll know these certain things. You know, it's just like, I get, you know, in the economy we are, somebody has to work. It's a
Right.
given. Half the time it's two people that have to work, but you have to make that time and that sacrifice. It doesn't matter if I'm on my deathbed. If
Right.
my kid, I like harken. I hear like, you know, if they need me, I'm going to be there. And so it's like, even with working, you have to put that time. You
Right.
got to make that connect. You got to make that connection because your kids are going to grow up and they're going to realize that. They're going to
Right.
remember it.
Time is more valuable than money.
You can't put a price on it. Like, you know, so that's just a tidbit. Another thing for spouses
Mm-hmm.
is what I'm learning, and we're trying to, as a young married couple, you know, in general, or stay at home, however you want to put it, see your spouse. It's a thing where it's like, you know, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you kind of get consumed in that role, and your spouse kind of sometimes get consumed in being the breadwinner. That you guys have that disconnect. And so it's just like intimacy and just emotional support, and you know, all those factors kind of get lost. So spouses, you know, that goes to stay-at-home mom. You know, we have to put in effort as well too. But spouses who are working, don't be blinded to, you know, what's right in front of you. If you see your spouse is, you know, in need of emotional support, take them out on a date or something, you know. Date nights, they are a thing.
You gotta still, yeah, that's the thing too. Like you said, like having kids is consuming, and if you have, you know, more than one kid, and then you have to know. I mean, your marriage is important too.
Yeah.
So if you have that disconnect, then that's just like. That can affect you mentally and you dealing with the kids. Exactly. Or that can affect him mentally and he got work.
It's like sometimes it goes, I notice, so long to where you just like wake up not liking each other.
Yeah, like you again.
I was like, how you doing? Yo, you breathing? Yeah, you breathing. You still kicking. All right, that's cool. Another day in paradise, huh? Yeah. Like, you know, you guys have to see each other. You guys have to, you know, put that effort in it. Because I know for myself, like, it's so hard to where it's like, I'm dealing with my own stuff. Hey, Zora, girl, you agreeing with me. I know you are. We right here. I know. Look into my eyes. I'm look the same. But, like, you know, being at home, it's just like, I get so consumed with trying to make sure I'm putting on the best face for myself and for my kids. And then, you know, whatever the kids may need. So it's like, sometimes when Jason get home, it's like, I don't have nothing else. I ain't got nothing else to give, bro. Like, you gotta go pencil yourself in. And sometimes it be the same way for him. It's just like, he got so much on his plate or whatever. It's just like, my last thought is sitting down watching this movie with you.
Right.
Like, yeah, put a movie on and go straight to bed. I'd be like, I was looking forward to this all week. And then, you know, it's just like, and then that builds to this tension where it's just like, so
yeah, and if you let that linger and go on too long, it like sometimes there's no coming back from
No, it's a long dark hallway.
Yeah.
Like, it's important to keep your marriage and your relationship vibrant. Like, don't let being a stay-at-home and being a parent in general like create this.
Right. Because I remember like when Zamora was born, you know, she's our first child, and for me, in my point of view, it felt like John was so ready to go back. Like, I'm ready to go back to work. Like, I'm tired of being home. Yeah. So I kind of felt like, okay, like, he don't want to spend time with me. Like, he don't want to spend time with...
And then you're already feeling some type of way about just having a baby.
Right.
Feeling physically about everything.
And plus, I was going through, like, depression, like, postpartum depression. And on top of that, not feeling like your spouse want you or don't want to spend time with you. That's even more mental. Like, okay, I gotta put this aside to care for her. You don't have time to...
Deal with
yourself.
Yeah, it's like you closing in these 4 laws. It's like only so many different shows you gonna watch or activities. I feel it, girl. I feel it.
And so that's one thing John didn't understand then. Like, depression plays a big part in your mental, how you do mentally, and also it can go into your marriage because he may not understand. Like, men not gonna understand postpartum.
Or then they have things like, well, I don't know how to help you.
Right.
And so they just kind of like shut down.
And then they're like, well, just do this, just do that. Like, that
it doesn't work that way.
And that's what and John didn't understand. I have to say, I'm talking like, look, dude, like, you telling me to do this, do that, do this, it's not gonna work. Like, I need time to work on my mental.
I don't even know what's going on. Like, I'm looking up here. I didn't wash the walls. I don't know how many times.
Right.
My hands are starting. You start going crazy being in a house with these children.
Yeah, it's physically draining, mentally draining, and then you gotta deal with your husband's not understanding stuff.
But then a kid do something crazy, he'd be like, that's why I mess with you. Right. And it just washes all away and you just continue to go on by. Like nothing happened.
But I can say for John, like, he did make a pact to me that he would never put work before Zamora. And sometimes I feel like work before us. Like, it was, I kid you not, it was one time John had a 4-day weekend. 4 days, right? We couldn't get, he works 2 jobs.
It's 24 hours in a day.
He works 2 jobs. So I'm like, okay, cool. He has a 4-day weekend. This weekend he's off.
You be hyped about it the whole time. Like,
we gonna do that, we gonna do that. And he gonna tell me, you gonna be mad at me. Like, what? He picked up a shift every day, all those 4 days. And I understand his point. He was saying, like, well, we needed to find that. He was saying, like, we needed the money to pay the bills, but the bills gonna be there.
They gonna be there. Like you gonna always owe somebody.
Yes, and I was like, I just wanted one day, like
Yeah.
just for us to have one day, and it's like, I don't know if he didn't understand that or he just, felt
I
like.
think they just get so like deadlocked on the finance, and that's why I try to tell my husband, I said, don't be so focused on the trophy that you checked out the race.
Okay.
Like you're so focused on getting here, and you seem to think that once you hit, some sort of financial peak or mental clarity of some sort, that it's the aha moment, everything's gonna be golden. No, it doesn't work that way. But in that thing, like you kind of shut down mentally from everybody else. Like you're in your own head, and everybody else is just revolving around you, trying to grasp for your attention, and you're not present. You're so focused on there that you're missing right here. And time is going by, and these kids are growing up, and memories, I guess you could say, that you make with them are lost.
Yeah.
And now you say, well, I bought you A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
They're not gonna care about that.
But what happened? What happened to my award assembly? Oh, I could make this. I was at work.
Right.
Oh, what happened to my first game? Well, I could,
Right.
my mom was there. And so, it's just like those things. You gotta think about it. You can't get that stuff back. Don't be so focused on.
Because people don't know, like kids see.
They see,
And like when
they feel.
get right, and then when
all
they
that.
get old enough to remember, they gonna remember those things. And then sometimes they can hold, grudges against their parents.
Yeah.
Like you was not there. Like,
That's how I literally had a conversation with my cousin about that. About her spouse. Was the one that worked the most, and she was the one that's been with the kids. And she's like, now our kids are older now, and he's wondering why they bring me gifts and they call me all the time. They do all this, and he's like, well, I didn't know about that. He's like, well, you never was around the other time, so why would we expect to let you know these things?
Right.
And it's just like, I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of got yourself blamed. If somebody can only force you, in a sense, to be around so much. Because, everybody says, like, we all do this for the kids. When you have kids, my mind frame, I'll say, if y'all good, I'm good. If the kids ain't good, I'm not good.
Right.
And that goes from both parents. We both got to give the same effort because we both made the same commitment to do this. And being when we made the decision to stay at home, I didn't say that I was going to pour all the emotional support into the kids and you were just going to do that.
Right.
No.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. You still got to come and do your same contribution. It's like, we mixing this bowl, add your ingredients. It can't just be all me.
Right. Because there's stuff that, you can't teach your sons.
Exactly.
There's stuff that
I got Jason sitting down using the bathroom, and Jason like, he ain't supposed to do that. And I'm like, well, I didn't know. Like, that's you supposed to come in like, I want to clean up your piece, so I told him to sit on down.
Right. And, even
though
though we have a daughter, it's stuff I can teach her, but she's gonna need her father's love.
she needs him to see the type of man that she should go for.
Exactly.
Like, and that's why be the first, your daughter's first love. And that's a hard one. Well, I'm a man, I can't teach you. No, you are more vital than you know.
Right.
And that goes from mother, son, all that. Like, there's no gender bias with it.
Exactly.
Get what you get.
So I see y'all hit on depression a little bit within the topic you just talked about, or the segment you just talked about. But I have another want to hit on depression a little bit more. According to an analyst of over 60,000 women, stay-at-home moms reported having higher levels of worry, sadness, stress, anger, and depression than both employed moms and employed women without children at home. So how do y'all feel about it?
You're saying that combined with employed moms and what?
Employed moms
without children?
Women without kids that are employed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
That was according to 60,000 women.
Well, I can see like having kids. You do worry a lot.
You worry all the time, constantly, and you worry without even realizing you're
worrying, right?
Like they forgot to add anxiety in there too.
You worry a lot, like even the part. Like I used to worry, like when she even started sleeping in her own room.
Yep. You go in there every 2 seconds, like, did you get to sleep? Nah, but the baby stuff good.
Right.
Like,
it was one time John had put her down to sleep. And my thing's like, okay, let me check on her to make sure she good.
Because it's like, mom, you like, he might have put her, but you probably might not put her the right way.
Right.
So I gotta make sure, like, no, it's supposed to be at 8-degree angle, and the foot slightly turned to the
right. And then I walked in there, and then she woke up, and John's like, why are you walking out? I'm like, I want to make sure she was okay. Like, my bad that I'm worried about my baby. But yeah, worry, anger. Some anger I may take it on my husband, and that it's not intentional. It's because like.
Sometimes you don't even understand what you angry about. It's like you have so many different emotions. Like your hormones seem like they don't never level out.
Right. I'm like, let me just apologize to you for this over here right now.
At this point, like I'm gonna give you some coupons. So like every time I'm tripping, I'm just like doing these coupons. Like my bad. Like
your free card or something.
Exactly, something. I don't know.
Also, talking about stay-at-home moms, there were statistics saying that 71% of women who have the kids go back to work, and 29% of women stay at home, and that was like a 6% rise since the year 1999.
So 71% go back to work.
71, and then 29% of moms stay.
I think I've known people who are like career minded, and it's just like. So I know, for some people, like, I can't let this kid slow me down. Like, I have this goal, I gotta get it by any means necessary.
Right.
But for me, it was like, I'm not comfortable with people messing with my kids. Exactly. Like, I don't trust you. Even, certain family members, like, nope, I don't care.
Right.
No.
Especially if there's something you witnessed growing up or been through growing up. You're not gonna trust
negative.
Like,
kids. I'm not gonna give you the time of day. Or
I wish somebody would put their hands on my baby. Like John, where that bill money at?
I'm just sitting there in pictures like this, cheesing like, hey, wrong one, okay? Wrong kids, wrong one.
So, what's some tips you guys have for women that are stay-at-home moms now, or just became a stay-at-home mom, or some pregnant women that is about to have a child that will be a stay-at-home mom? What's a couple of tips from you guys that you think is great for them to know?
I think support.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time I had a kid, I had to go to these like different meetings, like Black women meetings, but I never really paid attention. They was like, "You got support, you got support." I'm like, "Yeah." Then the kids come, it's like even though there may be people who say like, "Oh, everybody's like, oh, I got you."
Right.
Then the baby come in there for like them
they
go.
They go.
But it's like you don't realize how much support you need. Even the strongest people need help.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like in being stay at home, like you constantly, even if it's somebody telling you like you're doing good. Just to hear that, like, all right. Because so many times, like, for me, you feel like you can never do enough. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, even if you got a one person, like, you was on my mind. Mm-hmm. You doing good. Or come by, let me hold the baby for a second so you can go get a shower.
Right.
Like, having support is so vital. Mm-hmm. And even if you have having a partner to help, like, that's huge. Like, like I said, financially is one thing, but being there, being present, not only for the kids, but for the mom, and, that's huge. It makes all the difference.
One thing I would say is don't stay in the house all the time. Yeah. Like, go for walks and stuff, because staying in the house, especially if you deal with postpartum depression, makes it worse.
Yep.
So sometimes getting a fresher air for that moment, or just walking, like if you have a house or downstairs or something like that, getting out. Yeah,
it does.
Getting out sometimes help. Even though, like, for me, if I did that, I come back to the house, like, okay, same thing.
I'm still back.
But that little break
out, yeah. Well, like you said, like the sun, the feeling the sun rays on you, like it boosts some type of like the vitamins and sun, like do something. Because I remember I was pregnant with twins, and like I said, it was high risk, so I was always in the house, and I would literally feel physically ill being in the house. I would throw up, and as soon as I get outside, I'm like, oh no, like it's a whole different situation. I'm like, all right, so I need to do stick my toe out there and get a little fresh air. Like, all right, I see that.
Yeah,
all right, that makes sense. And I think it's big. Like, don't become lost in being a mom. A mom is only one badge that you wear. Like, it don't let that become just who you are.
Yeah, Because I can say, like, I like to paint. I do hobbies, and it's like once I had some more, it's like some more.
Yeah, you forget what you like to do.
You're like, whoa, snaps! Like, you have to take care of yourself. Yes. You have to take care of yourself mentally, physically, because if you don't, like,
how you gonna take care of yourself?
Right, like that's gonna rub off on your kids.
Yeah, that's what I found myself, and I'm like, just now. It's like one of those people who say, like, you never forget how to ride a bike. That's a lie, first off. I tried to ride a bike after years, and I flat fell. And it was like years before I was married and everything. Mm-hmm. And so I thought I was cute trying to ride a bike in front of a dude, and I just fell flat on my face. So that's a lot. But, like, with being a parent, it's like, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
And I started like becoming enclosed in my own mind, and I'm like, I don't know what makes me happy. I don't know what I like. I don't know anything outside of these children.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hardest part, like pulling yourself out of that rut. And like, you know what? No, you are Janaya. Like, you know, I had to say my name a couple times. Like, I forgot
Like, you
Janaya.
were Janaya first before you had the kids. So you
Before
got
then, you know, it's like, and it's hard. It's like, especially like when you ain't got friends like that either. You know,
I'm not getting on that subject.
because I'm on the road around here. But it's like, I was like, I like reading and I like writing. I'm like, okay, maybe if I let out my feelings in writing, it'll help, and it does. You know, you just kind of got to get outside of that label and that responsibility sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes you can't be a mom all the time.
Right.
You got to be yourself sometimes. So
Like, you can't lose yourself.
yes, and it's so easy to do so. She said, I'm walking by my birthday, so by any means necessary.
So, what is one tip that you guys can give to husbands or boyfriends or whatever to help their significant other with being a stay-at-home mom? What's just one good tip?
Listen.
Yeah, definitely. And be open-minded and try to be understanding.
Yeah.
That's the big part. Like, try to be understanding. Like, it's some things that y'all may not understand or never will understand, but we're not just saying it just because.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So one thing is like listen, like you said, and try to be understanding and keep an open mind. Like, we know y'all work all day. We understand that. Like, y'all trying to take care of the household, but then again, like, this is a job within itself as well. So
Yeah. I was just like listen to the cues, and if somebody, if your partner's trying to tell you something, if you've been with your partner long enough, you know you can kind
you should know
of
them.
yeah, you know you can read in between the lines, and it's like don't let it get to the point to where they stop speaking, because I know that happened to me where it's like I asked for help for so long, or it's like, and I feel like I just wasn't being heard, or like it seemed like take me as a joke. So it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing. But then it's like when that person snaps, you're like, I wish I would have.
Right.
But it's like listen,
don't let it get
look.
to that point.
Yeah, you know, listen, look for the signs. Like if you know, care for this person, that goes even beyond spouses,
Mm-hmm.
you know, family members. Be that person that you want someone to be for you. Like
Right,
be that
right.
ear to listen sometimes, be that, you know, that inspirational word, you know, whatever
Right.
it is, you know, just be there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Ladies Takeover Stay-at-Home Moms edition, hosted by yours truly.
Yes, and there will be many more of these. You will see us again. So in the comments, if there's something particular that you want us to talk about,
Or how much you love us.
right? You know, it's okay. We better than our husbands. You know, it's fine.
Guys, stay away. No guys.
Oh no, I'm good. I got 2 kids.
I'm content with my husband. But you can follow us on Twitter at O_honest podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at openly_honest_podcast. The YouTube and the Facebook page is the same. It's the Openly Honest Podcast. And you can shoot us an email at theopenlyhonestpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, so everything on all social platforms.
Yes.
You're gonna find it some way.
If you can't watch, you can also listen to the podcast on Spotify. I believe it's Stitcher, iTunes, and SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, yes.
So to wrap up, being a stay-at-home mom is rewarding. It's tiring. It's beautiful. It's expensive. It's the best decision that if it's for you.
Yeah.
I think mostly I did it, and probably the same, for the benefit of our kids.
Yes.
You know, at the end of the day, that's what this whole thing was for. You know, trying to help our kids. Speaking of that, I'll end with this lovely definition that I found. I tried to look for a stay-at-home mom, but it didn't really get what I think the essence of mom.
Mm-hmm.
The meaning of being a mother. A mother is selfish, loving human being, must sacrifice many of their wants, needs, and their desires for the needs of their children. A mother will work hard to make sure that her child is equipped with knowledge, skills, and ability to make as an competent human being. So, stay at moms. stand up and ask too, because you know
It's
that's,
some stay at home.
yeah, that's a beautiful thing that it's becoming a gender neutral thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is a lovely thing.
yeah, you
Which
know,
is a
whatever's in
good
the best interest of the kids. That's at the end of the day, that's what it's all for.
thing. Yeah. And also, another benefit of staying at home is you get to instill the morals you want your kids to have. Like you won't, your kid won't be coming home like, what are you learning at? Or you know, you
Yeah.
can instill what you want your child to believe in,
Yeah.
the manners they're supposed to have, the respect
Exactly.
that you want them to have, and it won't be somebody else instilling what they believe your kid
Yeah,
should know.
you know,
That's
people
one
who
thing.
think like that school's supposed to teach your kid everything, how to be
It's
a
not.
great human being.
Mhm.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But you can instill morals and you know morality, integrity, all of those aspects that the world is missing out on
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. You know, we have that opportunity to pour that into our
Right.
kids, and you can't put a price on that. So
Right.
that's a beautiful thing about it. But you can like, subscribe, share, please do. Our husbands are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into it, and
Yes.
becoming through being the great wives that we are, and
We're
sprinkle
being
a little bit of,
supportive, you know, I'm
know.
trying to help them out, you feel me?
At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, can you ask yourself,
Am I being openly honest?
till next time? Peace.